As of right now, we have over 100 students coming in for our Operation Middle School. This is where we take our fifth graders from our feeder schools, Radcliffe, Meadowview, and Woodland Elementary, and they come in and they get accustomed to North Middle School. They get to tour the building. We have door prizes for them. Jody Bodner, our Resource Center coordinator, with the help of our feeder school coordinators, they have organized activities for our students to come in so they can get familiar with the building, get any questions answered. They get to go around and see how the school operates, and we have lots of door prizes. We give them, we feed them lunch, we order pizza for them, and they have a really good time. It kind of reduces the anxiety of a sixth grader, because sometimes coming into a middle school as a fifth grader, it makes them quite anxious. So hopefully this will ease the tension a little bit and get them excited to come to school and a little bit more relaxed.
One group will do a scavenger hunt. One group will learn about some cyber safety, because that's a big deal whether you think about it, whether you think it is or not. Who has social media in here? Okay, well, we're going to talk about that, because that is a big factor to success in middle school. Sometimes we get so wrapped up in social media and who posted what on Facebook that it affects your day when you come to school, and you're not learning the most that you can learn, okay? So we're gonna have one session of social media safety. We're gonna get together and we're gonna talk about some Trojan tips for success. And we have a former student who is now going to North Hardin, and he's gonna talk to you too. And we have team building. So those new friends from the other schools, I've heard some oohs and stuff, those potential new best friends, you're going to get to do some things with them, okay? I'm going to introduce some of our people that are here. Mr. Logan, he is our principal.
Welcome.
Any words of wisdom?
Our school offers you whatever you want. You can get the best education possible. We have lots of different activities, and I encourage you to get involved. If you get involved in the wrong crowd, you're going to head down the wrong path. We have a lot of great things going. We want people to see our Trojan traits up here: prompt, prepared, polite, and productive. That's the road we want to go down. You're going to have a great experience. We have lots of students that come back, like Michael. High school students come back and said, I love North Middle, I miss it. That's the experience I want to give you. I want you to come back and say, this was a great time in my life, because middle school is very important. It's a time where you're going to decide, are you going to be successful or not? And we're going to steer you to be successful, do everything we can for you. Our job is for you. We're here for you. Our job is to educate you and prepare you for high school and life. And we have lots and lots of people dedicated for that. So just remember that. Our staff is here for you.
Okay, that's true. We are here because we want to do everything we can to make you successful. Now, we talked about this. I'm going to introduce someone else in a second, but this is a great opportunity. Middle school, one of the big differences between that and elementary school is that you are taking more responsibility for your own actions, for your grades, not my grades. If there's a missing assignment, that's not Miss Jody's fault, right? So we're going to teach you some more responsibility, and the staff here is here to help you. But this is a time where you have to start taking some more accountability and responsibility for your success, okay? We have he's new too. We have a new assistant principal here. His name's Mr. Kessinger. He might be feeling a little nervous because he's new too. But we have a bunch of new teachers that you're going to meet that will be new just like you. So Mr. Kessinger, any words of wisdom?
Well, good morning. I'm excited for y'all to be here today, and I'm excited too, so we're kind of coming in together. So it's going to be good, and just know that I'm here for you to make you successful, help out in anything you need, and we'll have some good times together and learn a lot of things. So just give it your best, and you guys will have a great time here at North Middle School. Thank you.
So we are doubly lucky. We have 2 assistant principals. So we have Mr. Kessinger, who you just met, and we have Miss Langley. She's an assistant principal here too. And so you're going to get to know everybody, but I want you to see their faces. And Miss Langley, you have any words of wisdom?
Just be ready, follow your Trojan traits, be prompt, be prepared, be polite, be productive, and you will have a very successful and very fun time here at North Middle School. Middle school is a great time. We'll get you prepared for everything you need to go on to high school. So just come in, follow those Trojan traits, and you will have a great time here. Okay? Look for the adults. It can be a little bit intimidating if you're not sure where to go on the first day, so just look for the adults. Everybody here is great. Everybody's here to help you guys, okay?
And we'll talk a little bit more about our first day. Whenever you change classes, one thing I know kids are worried about are the hallways and the big kids. And we have assigned places in the hallway. So it's not going to be just like a free-for-all out there. Like you're out there and there's nobody watching to make sure you're safe. Your safety is our #1 priority. Yes, we're here to teach you and help you be successful. But your safety is the very first. So we are always in the hallway when you're going to during classes. You know, when you're going to changing classes, going to the restroom, we're there. So if something goes on, you're a little bit concerned, you're nervous, especially that first week, you're going to be running around like, oh my gosh, I thought I remember where that class is. We'll all be out there with clipboards and your schedule, and we can help you with your schedule. Okay, so don't worry about that. I want to introduce my right hand for today. This is Michael Logan, 8th grader. He was in May. He was an 8th grader. Now he's leaving us, and we're sad, but he's going onward and upward to North Hardin. You're going to get to listen to him a little bit more when you're in the Trojan Tips session, but you have something briefly you want to say?
Good morning. Welcome to North Middle. It's a great place for opportunity. Here, it's not about making friends. You want to more focus on yourself. The difference between middle school and elementary school is independence. You want to become more independent than codependent. You're not going to rely on your teachers as much as you did in elementary school. In middle school, you're not going to rely on your parents as much as you did in elementary school. In middle school, it's going to be focused on you and your own responsibility. It's not about making friends. Make friends here and there, but don't focus friends before your schoolwork. Always make sure your education is first. Friends, it's kind of down here. Get involved. There's plenty of opportunities here. There's sports, there's after-school opportunities, there is different clubs that y'all can get into. North Middle School isn't a place to come here and have a negative attitude towards everything. It isn't a place to come here and just hate the place. You want to come here with a positive attitude. Come here every day and want to be here, make the best out of something, instead of saying, oh, I have to go to school, say, I get to go to school. It's a privilege to be here.
Okay, and thank you, Michael.
You're welcome.
That's why you're invited back, because you have such great words of wisdom. And guess what? He was sitting right where you were. Well, right where you are, he was sitting there one time, not very long ago, probably a nervous 6th grader, and he is now a very successful freshman. Okay, so he's not just talking the talk, he's walking the walk. Okay? We have 2 counselors that if they're busy scheduling, hopefully they'll pop in before we leave, maybe around noon when we get ready for lunch. You'll get to meet them again. So many of you met them already when you came for tours, but I want you to be able to see their faces again so you know. We're going to break into groups.
We are going to go on a scavenger hunt today to help familiarize ourselves with the building. Now, you guys were the first ones out, so you kind of got a little sneak peek. You were the first ones to see some parts of the building. And we passed by one of the locations today. It's really easy because most of our hallways, with the exception of our related arts, you might know what a related art is? Like, I memorize. What do you think? What's it sound like?
Like PE and stuff.
PE and stuff, yeah. So like PE, makerspace, computer science, art, okay? Those classes are kind of scattered about the building, but otherwise you guys are gonna be in the same hallway, okay? You'll be in the same space. Did you notice how out here there's this color? They're color coded. It's super easy, okay?
The flag. The flag. Where's the flag? No. I stand tall and I'm label with
Now that you're in middle school, you're kind of in charge of some of your safety. Your parents aren't around all the time. You're going to start doing some different things on your own. So in middle school, one of the biggest issues becomes social groups and getting along with your friends. The cyber world becomes a part of your social, your family, and your school worlds. Your personal safety and well-being will be influenced by the cyber world because the internet and how we access it is a big part of our lives. Also, how you use your social media. You're going to be deciding a lot of these things. The big change in middle school is the beginning of you keeping you safe. You need to use your knowledge of the safety skills for internet to keep yourself safe. Rule number 1, communicate with your parent or guardian. There's this fallacy that it's not cool to let them know stuff. You want to let them know things about you so they can help keep you safe. It is very important to talk to your parent or guardian about which sites you visit and the accounts and passwords you have. So if you are on TikTok and you have an account, let someone know. Let your guardian, trusted adult in your home, your parent, know your passwords in case there's an emergency. Kids, teenagers, college students, adults, good folks and bad folks use the internet. Every social group out there uses the internet. All of these social groups have access to the same information, pictures, websites, and personal information. Rule number 2, know your cyber safety risk. Posting safety risk, gaming safety risk, academic safety risk, cyberbullying safety risk, and predator safety risk. We're going to go over these. Okay, posting safety. You need to remember this. Posting risk, oversharing. Sometimes people post every little thing, and you may not want to do that. Once anything is posted, everyone can see it. There are ways to access everything. It does not go away. Pictures, words, lies, stories, and listen up, dirty pictures, mean stuff. It all stays online. And listen closely. I want you to hear this because this is a big issue. It's going to seem weird, it's going to seem funky, but I'm telling you, do not send nude pictures or videos of yourself or anyone else. And I know that's really uncomfortable to hear, but it's really important. People, before the time you graduate from high school, someone will ask you to send something you don't want to send. So I encourage you to never send any of these things, okay? Limit what you share and keep personal things private. Think about who's looking at your post. Do you know everyone you are sending a text to? Do you know everyone who is watching you online? So, maybe you have 3 friends and a 3rd friend's added on and you see the 3 names of your friends on your text message, but you don't know that last number. You want to be aware of who's on that you're texting because you don't want to say the wrong thing. You also don't want them to have your information. Sometimes when we post things, we think only the 3 friends we've been hanging out with might see it, but other people see it too. Gaming safety. How many of you are gamers? Okay. How many of you play with someone you have never met? There you go. So, you got to be safe. I want you to know who you're playing with. Always know who you are playing with online. Do not give out any personal information, your home address, your age, your name, or personal description. Don't say, well, I have curly hair, it's light brown, I usually wear a yellow shirt on Tuesday, and I go to North Middle. Okay, you don't wanna tell them all your personal information. Do not use webcams. So sometimes at the top of a computer, there's a little camera.
Yeah.
Put a piece of paper or a sticker on there. Cover that camera up. If you have a webcam, turn it off. Okay? Because sometimes we forget to turn it off, and maybe that computer's in your bedroom and then you're moving around your bedroom. You want to make sure it's off. Tell your parent or guardian of any bullying or harassment. So whether someone's messaging you, texting you, or it's on a game, if something seems mean or something is hurtful and you find it bothersome, let someone know. Those things are wrong, they're against the law, and you need help. You need help that's bigger than you, okay? Be aware of phishing scams and account takeovers. People will try to get information from you. There's a lot of this on emails as well. They may say, you've won $1,000. I'm going to give you all the games for this whole series. I just need this information. I need your social security. I need your mom's credit card. Okay? So don't give those things. Those are phishing expeditions. Okay, academic safety. This is big. Okay? Y'all are in middle school. This is the real deal now. Do not take information off of the internet unless you document it. So if they say write a paragraph on the state of Colorado, and you Google Colorado, and it says the law about traffic here is 65 miles an hour, and you have to drive on the right side of the road, okay? And you write it just like that sentence, and you put it in your paper that you're writing for school, that's cheating. You have to switch it up, okay? And then you have to say, I got it from this website. You have to document it. Do not use your smartphone or computer to access the internet for answers to your homework, classwork, or a test. If you have a take-home test, or you're at your seat and you pull out your phone and you search an answer, it's cheating. Okay? And that's a big, big issue. These last few years we've been at home learning, and we've gotten used to nobody's watching us. We can kind of do what we want. Whether anyone sees you or not, it's cheating. If you get caught cheating, it goes in Infinite Campus. And when you get to the high school, if I should say you come to John Hardin where I work, and I look it up, I still see that in 6th grade you cheated. It says that on your behavior. So, but the other thing is you don't really learn the information. And we really want you to have that information that you're studying. So cheating is cheating whether anyone sees it or not. All right, keep safe from bullying. If someone is doing something online that is mean, intimidating, or hurtful, tell a parent or guardian. Or you can always tell someone here at school, okay? There is no reason for you to ever feel like someone is being mean to you, unkind, or hurtful. Let people know, let us help you, okay? Let your parents know what's going on with your social media and that you are using. So if you are on TikTok, just let someone know, and let someone know your password. Not your best friend, not a kid. You want an adult that just knows that, so in case there should be an emergency, because emergencies happen. Tell your parent or guardian what sites, apps, and games you're using, okay? Tell your parent or guardian your online passwords in case of an emergency, and they need access to your accounts. Now this is in the worst case scenario, but sometimes people go missing. Sometimes there's been an accident. We need to figure out who's had contact with the student. So that's why your parent might need to know. They may need to know where you were last. Predator safety. Make sure you know the person you're texting, chatting with, and gaming with online. There are individuals using the internet who are trying to take advantage of you. There are specifically people that are on the internet to access children, or access women, or access men. and they're not doing it in a good way, okay? Sometimes these individuals may ask you to role play pretend, or befriend you in order to get you to talk about personal and private information or make plans to meet you, okay? And I know you're like, this sounds creepy. It is creepy. Do not talk about personal things on the internet. So something might start out really like simple, like you meet someone on an internet on a game and they're like, let's play like I'm a kitten and you're a dog and we're running in the field, and you're like, okay. And then there's a unicorn that comes in, and then all of a sudden it goes down this weird trail and you're like, what? If it feels weird, it's weird, okay? Trust your instinct. You all are all smart. If something's creepy and you don't like it, get out. It's weird, okay?
Number one, I stand tall in times I wave and sway. Can you see me today? I'm out today. Somebody raise their hand and tell me. Yes, ma'am. Exactly. Drive safely is the clue you should know. Too many traveling violations and the whistle will blow. Jim and Red. I'm known as the YSC. Look for Miss Bodner, and that's where she'll be.
Service center in school.
Youth Service Center. And if y'all have any questions, what I do at Radcliffe Elementary is what Miss Bodner does here. So if y'all need anything from her, go see her. She's great. Here you'll find the colors, hue, in the room. The teacher will show you what to do in the back.
Art room.
Art room. Turn on the music, strike up the band. In this room you'll find a conductor with a stick in her hand. Charlie?
Music room.
Music room, that's correct. Books galore and computers too. When you're here, there's a lot to do. Yes, ma'am, right here.
Media center.
Media Center. It has been said I'm full of nutritional wonder. In the middle of the day, I'll curb your hunger.
Cafeteria. Landon
Yes.
over here.
Principal, counselors, and all these folks, when you're here, there are no jokes. Yes, ma'am.
Office.
Office, good job, guys. Did everybody get all the answers? Or have trouble finding anything?
Yeah, we got all the
You guys found everything pretty good? So now you got an idea where to go?
So the great thing about middle school is that it's bigger. We have students coming from a whole bunch of different elementary schools, and you're gonna meet new people, you're gonna meet new teachers, you're gonna meet new principals, new assistant principals, you're gonna have a new youth service coordinator. So lots of new stuff. This is an amazing opportunity because does anybody really know you at middle school? Besides maybe your friends from your old school? No, so this is a great opportunity for you to come here and make changes if you want to make changes, work on things that you want to work on, and just enjoy yourself and make good choices and have a good school year.
So many of you already know who I am because we met when you came over on your school tour. So Miss Erica Scott at Meadowview, Miss Shamika Harden, Mr. Craig. I do what they do, but I do it here. And my mission, what I wake up and come here every day for, is to help you be successful. So if something is keeping you from being successful when you come through that door or get off the bus and come through that door, I will do my best to help you. It could be hunger. You might need to be on the backpack program because your family's having a little bit of a tough time right now. Just come see me and I can help you with that. Maybe there's some drama going on, which we're going to talk about, middle school drama. Come see me. I can't fix everything, but we can talk about it. Friendships in middle school seem to be something that's really tough for kids. We talked about meeting kids from Meadowview and Woodland and Radcliffe. And here is the clincher. You can be friends with other people. Say Miss Shamika and I have been best friends forever. All through Woodland, we were best friends. And you come to middle school and you meet some new people. And you're like, oh, Lee, she's from Radcliffe Elementary, but she's kind of cool. You can be friends with her. This is your time to spread your wings and stretch out a little bit. You can be friends with other people, but what seems to happen is, once you're friends and then you try and start a new friendship with someone else, and instead of just saying, oh yeah, I can have more than one or two friends, there seems to be jealousy. And that causes drama. And that causes hurt feelings. And then you get on social media and you say something nasty about her. And then this other little girl's hurt. And then, do you think anybody's learning? when all that's going on? No, you're not. So, what I want you to remember is you can be friends with other people. You can not like everybody. You're allowed to not like everybody. But what you cannot do is be mean to other people. You might be like, we don't have a lot in common, she's not really my cup of tea. That's okay. It's okay. But what you can't do is make someone feel bad about themselves. You cannot do that. Okay? That's kind of where we draw the line. Having friendships, that's good. But you can't hurt other people. You can't hurt them with your fist. There's no fighting. And you can't hurt them with your words. And you can't hurt them with your Facebook posts. Or whatever. I know I'm old, I still do the Facebook. Instagram, whatever. My point is, you don't have the right to make someone else feel bad. You don't. So, if you decide, me and Miss Shamika, we've kind of drifted apart, I kind of want to be friends with her, even though I'm allowed to be friends with them, it's okay. It's okay. You grow, you're different in middle school. You have different interests. But don't be mean to Miss Shamika because you're growing differently. Okay?
I'm the new principal at James T. Alton Middle School. This is my first year being a principal, but I have been an assistant principal in the district for the last 5 years. Well, right now we've got our 6th graders coming through for Operation Middle School. So this is just a time for them to come in and get the lay of the land, look around the school, meet some of their teachers, meet some of their classmates, and get some of their anxieties out and get a feel for the school a little bit.
Hi, I'm Teresa Ovison. I'm the Youth Service Center Coordinator here at James T. Alton Middle School, and today we're having Operation Middle School for our incoming 6th graders. It's a great day for them to learn the layout of the school, to meet their teachers, and just really to ease some of those anxieties about starting middle school. One of the first spots that they're stopping is a spot called Trojan Tips, and that's where they learn kind of the ins and outs of the expectations of being a new 6th grader. Then they're going to run through a mock day so that they know exactly how their day is going to go and how they get to and from their classes, to lunch, to the buses, everywhere they need to be. Then they're going to do a little scavenger hunt so that they can learn all the places in the school that they need to go to. And then they are just playing some games in the gym to get to know each other.
I'm Megan Peralta. I teach 6th grade social studies. Today we're doing a scavenger hunt so the students can get to know the school a little bit better. So this part of our session is called Trojan Tips. And this is basically an advantage to you guys before the first day of school when everyone gets here and it's a little overwhelming and maybe you're going to have a lot of questions about how you do things, where things are. So this is made to help you guys kind of have an idea of that stuff already, okay? So we're going to talk about a couple things, and then the big thing is the question and answers at the end, okay? That's when you guys get to ask anything that you want to know, anything you're curious about that maybe you're not going to want to ask on the very first day, okay? All right, so the first thing we're going to kind of talk about are our bathroom passes for the year, okay? So we have, you guys will be getting on the first day of school a little booklet. And in that booklet, in the back, there are 12 bathroom passes, okay? So there are 12 for the entire trimester. Tri means what? 3. 3, very good. So you're going to get 3 different sets of these bathroom passes throughout the year because we are on trimesters here, okay? So you get 12 bathroom passes to use. That's if you come to class, you're in the middle of class, and there's an emergency, you have to go. You tell your teacher, she'll sign your bathroom pass, you get to go. Now, there are a couple times when you can go to the bathroom for free. That just means you don't have to use a pass. Be okay? You don't have to use a pass to go to the bathroom. Okay? That'll be in the morning during breakfast time. Okay, so you guys will have 20 minutes in the morning from when you get here to when the first bell rings. That's when you're eating breakfast, and that's when you're going to go into your homeroom. That's where you're going to start the day. You're going to get your Chromebook, you're going to go to your homeroom, you've got 20 minutes. That is a good time to use the restroom. Okay? Another free time to go is during lunch. You guys can all use the restroom during lunch. I recommend you use the restroom during lunch because the bathrooms upstairs next to the lunchroom, there are way more stalls, so more people can get in and out. Okay? And then another free time to use the bathroom, depending on who your fourth period teacher is like right at the end of the day before we get on the buses. Okay? So there are plenty of times to use the restroom, and like you shouldn't use all of your passes because that would be 12 times you're out of class. That's actually a lot when you can go 3 times a day for free, right? So those of you that have emergencies every day, plan those for your free times, okay? All right, and we do that so that there's not a lot of people in the hallway, not a lot of foolery going on in the bathrooms, okay? A lot of people think the bathrooms are a fun place to meet up and hang out. I don't know why. It's a bathroom. Your related arts options this year. You have 3 options. Well, you're going to rotate through 3 of them unless you are interested in band. If you're interested in band, you get to be in band all year round. You don't have to switch out of it. Okay? But your other options are financial literacy, which, who knows what that means? What does that deal with? Financial literacy. Back here. Money, right. So she's going to teach you how to budget and how to spend money. Your other option this year is art. Okay, they didn't have art last year. Now we have art. So that'll be really fun with Ms. Meade. Okay? And then a big option that everyone loves is PE. Mr. Newman is awesome. He's been here forever. He's a great gym teacher. You guys will really like him. You guys will do a lot of activities. So related arts will happen for us, X-Men. It's going to happen like right in the middle of our day, actually. So if you have gym, you will be changing out for gym. Probably not the first week, but you do need to bring gym clothes because you guys will be changing out. And especially when you have gym at the beginning of the year, when it's August, and you guys are running outside doing your mile, you're going to want to change your clothes. You're going to want to change your clothes, right? You don't want to sit the rest of the day sweaty and smelly, right? And bring deodorant. Yes. Next, we have sports and clubs available. Now, this is always a fun part of middle school because there's a lot more options for things that you are interested in, okay? So, sports that we have available. Who's already on one of our sports teams and you know? No one in here play any sports? Right here. What do you play, honey? Cheer. Yes, we have a cheer squad here at JTA. What else do we have? Volleyball. We have middle school girls volleyball. What else? Basketball. We have boys and girls basketball. Fun fact about basketball for girls, Ms. Coleman is your coach. All right, we've got boys basketball with Coach Peterson, right? We have football. Who plays football? Nice. You guys have Coach Q? Have you already started here? Nope. All right, so you can play football. What else do we have? Do you want to take a guess? Archery? Yes, archery. We actually have archery too, which our archery team is actually pretty good, and they go to competitions every year. Okay? Who knows what archery is? It's where you shoot with a what? Bow and arrow. Yeah, it's actually a lot harder than you think to pull that thing back to get it to go. I've tried it. Okay, clubs. Clubs are really, really fun. So we have this last little bit. This is, guys, a time for you to ask questions so that maybe you don't feel silly on the first day of school asking something or not knowing something. Okay? I bet everyone has the same question, or a couple people have that same question, and it's better to ask than to just kind of stand there or sit there on the first day and just not want to be embarrassed. So you guys get an advantage of being here. Obviously, our whole X-Men team is not here today, so you guys kind of get to know a little bit before everyone else, right? So let's see. Questions? Yes?
Will there only be free time on the computer?
Free time? Not usually. You're in middle school now, so you're going to get a lot more in-depth in things, and you're going to get a lot more work, right? So free time isn't really a thing anymore. Now, during your enhancement, if maybe you meet all your minutes for the week, I know for me, when you meet all of your minutes in enhancement, then on Fridays, I let you have some computer free time in class. But in terms of like actual class having free time, there is not really any free time. You always have something that you could be working on, okay? That's because we have so much to learn in 6th grade, especially, that we don't have time to just sit back and have free time. You can play games at home. Yes?
So if you do band, can you still do sports and clubs?
Yeah. Band for you will just take probably place in related arts. So you can still do sports and clubs as long as your parents are okay with it. Yeah.
Do we have recess? No.
We do not have recess. You're in middle school, they kind of take that away from us. Okay? Now, recess I still think is important, but we don't get it. Okay? There will be times, I will say, that we do have games and events where we go outside. We'll have like team reward days. So like if you meet the criteria for the reward on a certain day, we're all going to go outside. We have kickball tournaments against the other team. We do lots of fun stuff outside, but there's criteria to meet before you guys get there. Okay? So as long as you're doing what you're supposed to, you'll be fine. Okay? Yeah.
When are like practices?
After school. So if you have football, you'll know that when you're on the team. Those are usually like right after school. When they start calling for buses, you're going to go on up. Okay? Now I know sometimes basketball, don't you guys do like later practices sometimes?
The girls, since we're in season, will go right after school 3 to 5:30.
Okay. Yeah. So just ask your coach.
How many different classes are here currently?
What do you mean?
I mean, like, is there math down here and
Yeah.
where is that?
Yeah, okay. So this is your social studies classroom with me. I teach social studies, so you'll be in here. And if you also have me for enhancement, you'll be in here. So some people I'm going to have twice a day. She'll have people twice a day. All right, Ms. Coleman is going to teach you math. Ms. Coleman, do you want to tell them where your classroom is?
My classroom is going to be across the hallway, over one towards the bathroom. So I'll be closest to the bathrooms on the other side.
Okay. And then Mr. Colander will be your language arts teacher. So he'll teach you reading and writing. And he is like directly across the hall from me. Okay. He's got the orange and blue classroom. And I'm going to actually show you guys next. We're going to actually do like a mock 6th grade day. So we're going to like move through the classes and move through the hallways. And I'm going to show you where everything is. Okay. And then Miss Ritter, who will teach you science this year. She's right next door, right here, in the big science room. Okay? So how many of you guys had science last year? I know some 5th grade has taken away science. Good. So science will be fun. 6th grade science is really fun. Yeah?
Will we have specials like music, art, math, PE, or library?
Yeah, remember we talked about that up here? So you have band. If you get into band, you're only going to be doing band. That's all you do for the whole year. If you want art, you'll do, well, everyone's going to do an art rotation, everyone's going to do a PE rotation, and everyone's going to do a financial literacy rotation. Okay? So it just depends on your schedule that you'll get later, which one you get to start with. You're eating breakfast, right? Sometimes we might be eating breakfast in the classrooms again. So bring your breakfast up from downstairs, you'll be eating your breakfast, you're getting your Chromebooks from your 4th period, you're coming in here, you're getting your stuff ready for the day, right? Okay? Always, you will have a warm-up for me. Like say you're starting your day with social studies, I'll have a warm-up on the board. You'll have your little warm-up notebooks that I make for you on Google Classroom. You'll be typing in your answers. Everyone is expected to do that, okay? And then we'll start our day. The announcements will come on. Miss Cassidy will talk about special events for the day, just little things that you need to know. The expectation is that you are what during announcements? Quiet. All right. During morning and afternoon announcements, because sometimes she will tell us like, hey, bus so-and-so is now this bus. And if you're not listening, you're not going to know, right? But they changed your bus number, right? Happens more than you think. Okay. So when you leave a classroom, your teacher will dismiss you. You don't just get up and walk out, right? There are also no bells that tell you when it's time to leave. So you'll just have to keep track of time, or I'll keep track of time. And then we'll get up to walk to our next class.
You said no bells, like even for the morning when they start the day?
In the morning, yeah. Everyone's at 8 o'clock and everyone's at 3 o'clock.
Okay.
But all the teams, there's 8 different teams. They're all on different schedules, so bells would be
So you have like the morning bell and then announcements and...
end of school. Yep, end of school. Okay, so let's pretend that we are now going to go to our language arts class. So when you guys leave your classroom, you're going to line up outside that door until the teacher tells you come in, okay? We're doing that so that there aren't people coming in and out at the same time creating a clog, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to line up, if we're going to Mr. Colander's room, our language arts class, you're going to line up on this set of lockers directly across from me. So I want us to practice that right now. So let's get up, push our chairs in. This is Mr. K's room. Now Mr. K is with another group right now, or else he would get to talk to you. But I just want everyone to be familiar with the room, how it's set up, what it looks like. That way, if you are following your schedule or not following your schedule on the first day of school, you'll know if you're in the right room or not, right? You'll be like, oh, this does not look familiar. Then you might not be in the right place. But this is Mr. K, or Mr. Colander. He teaches what? Who remembers?
Language arts.
Language arts. Language arts. Very good. Language arts. So this is what his room looks like, okay? This is also, for us, in my classroom, if you are ever in my classroom and we have a tornado drill, okay?
What's a tornado?
A tornado drill. So it's when we practice safety if there's ever a tornado. So this is the room that we come to, okay? Why is this a good room to be in if there's ever a tornado problem?
No windows. No windows.
No windows, very good. And my room obviously has a huge window. So we will come in here. And now everyone, when we have a tornado drill, will get against this back wall, on the ground. You cover your head. You guys know this drill by now, right? But this is where we will be. Okay? All right. Now, I know we just got in here, but now we have to practice our day. So now our schedule, just wait, did your teacher dismiss you? No. We are going to go to math. Who remembers where math is? Okay. And what are we going to do? Are we just going to go straight into the room?
No.
You're going to line up where?
Outside the door.
You guys are smart. All right. So when I say, ding, it's the bell, it's time to dismiss, I want you guys to don't just crowd each other and run out the door, but let's make it kind of orderly, okay? We're going to line up outside the lockers, and Miss Coleman, your math teacher, is going to greet you at her door, okay? So now we'll look at what math looks like.
So, this is the math class, Miss Coleman's class, Coach Coleman's class, I go by whatever. You're going to come in, you'll have your seat, I'll start out with a warm-up, and we'll get things started.
Miss Coleman just moved into this room, so it looks blank right now, but it will be nice and pretty.
We're in the works. Before school starts, it'll look a lot different.
Okay, so these desks, everything is a little different, isn't it, by class to class so far? Everything's a little bit different. But you see she has rows, okay? I have groups, Mr. Colander has rows, and then Miss Ritter will have the science table. So you'll be sitting two to a group, right? You'll have science tables, which is pretty cool. Now, I would say we could go to Miss Ritter's room, but her group is in there right now, so we can't go there. But, just so you guys know, Miss Ritter's room is right across the hall in the science room, okay? So if you're going to go to science, you would line up outside those lockers right there, right? And then also, if you are ever in Miss Ritter's room during a tornado drill, this is the room you would come to, okay? And where would you go? In the corner? Yep, to the wall, put the head down, cover up your head, that kind of thing, okay? All right, now, since we're down here, I'm going to show you guys where our bathrooms are. I'm also going to tell you guys where we line up to go to related arts, okay? So when I leave, we're going to pretend that we're going to go to related arts, all right? I'm going to go stand outside in this doorway here, and I want you guys to form a line, okay? And I want you to pay attention to the right. Are the female restrooms? To the left are the male restrooms, okay? There are 3 stalls, that's it, in each of them. So there should only ever be 3 people inside, okay? Women's restroom? Men's restroom. All right, water fountains right here. If you ever need to use them, fill your water bottles, get a drink, whatever it is. All right, I'm gonna go upstairs. I know we were already in the cafeteria. Here we're gonna go by the cafeteria, and I'm gonna show you guys how you'll go into line. Okay, depending on which class you're in during lunch, you'll go through different lines, okay? Actually, first, let's go outside. So I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you where we would go as 6th grade if we go outside for like rewards, or if your teacher takes you outside for a break because you earned it. I'm going to show you where we go.
Take me outside.
Okay? When we come outside, we're generally in this big field area right outside of our classroom. If you look at this building, there's all our rooms right there. 103, that's my classroom. Okay? Also, it's important to point out, when we have a fire drill, and we have to evacuate the building, we will go around the path that you guys just took, past this bridge, and over into the parking lot. Okay? See the parking lot back here? Behind that first row of cars, okay, and over to the left, there are spots with numbers on them. Depending on which class you're in, that is the spot that you will go to, so your teacher can count and make sure you're there. The softball field is right over this hill. Big gated area. That's where we'll have our kickball tournament. And it's sometimes where we go for field day. Alright, obviously the football field you know, right here in front of you. Sometimes we get on that too, but we have to share that with Vine Grove. So, we're going to go back in this set of doors. I'm actually going to we're going to pass the Family Resource Center. I'm just going to show you guys where that is if you ever need it. That was one of those questions on your scavenger hunt earlier, that nobody knew the room number. It's because you guys didn't get to come downstairs. So I'm going to show you where that is.
So 110 right here is going to be our resource center. Go ahead and come on this way.
The way that we just walked, right, up or down the stairs or up the stairs and this way is how you will leave for the buses. You will leave out these front doors every day. Okay? Your buses will be lined up all the way down to the very end, which is why it's really important that you know your bus number. Okay? Your bus will be in the same spot every day where they drop you off and where they pick you up, unless you have a different situation where you go to a different place after school. Okay? But your buses will be right here. Okay? If you are a car rider, where do you go? To the library. Very good. To the library. All right. We're going to turn around. When we go back, we're going to line up outside the gym. Outside the gym and wait for the next group to get out of there so we can go in and play our games, okay?
We're going to do some games in here, some fun kind of get to know you activities. So I'm going to need your listening ears for sure, okay? So some of you may know me. I am Miss Garrett from Rineyville Elementary. I'm still at Rineyville, so I haven't followed you to JTA, sorry. So I kind of, Miss Ovison here does what I did for you kiddos at Rineyville, okay? So first, what we're going to do is we are going to get in groups, don't move until I tell you to though, of what school you came from, okay? So some of you probably came from Vine Grove, some of you came from Rineyville, some of you may not even came from a school here in Hardin County, and that's okay. But there's one rule. You cannot stand here and say, I'm from Rineyville, over here's Rineyville, group Rineyville. No, you're going to talk to each other. I want to see you making eye contact and asking the other person, what school did you go to, okay? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to play a fun game, and I need you to listen. I'm going to break up Meadowview first. This game is called Hoop It Up. We're going to hoop it up, okay? Number one. Hold up, number 1, 2, 3, and go to yellow number 4. Hold up your numbers so everybody knows where to come, okay? You've got to get the hoop. You have to use teamwork to get the hoop over. Oh no. Okay, and you got to go all the way around, okay? On your mark, get set, go. What are you doing? He's getting kicked. Good job, Madeline. What is wrong with you? Aiden, use your hand. Yes, I know. How's it doing?
are super glad that you are here. Welcome to JTA. We're super glad that you're here, and it's going to be an awesome year. I am Miss Cassidy. I'm the new principal here, and I hope to get to know all of you. School starts in a little bit more than a week here. Are you guys nervous? I'm a little nervous. But this is Mr. Ritter. He's our assistant principal, one of our assistant principals. And he's going to talk to you about some of our expectations and some of the fun things that we have planned for this year.
Before we get started on anything else, did you guys notice any posters in the hallway talking about the 4 P's? Yes. Anybody name one of those? Polite is one. It's all right. Yes. Productive. You, sir, in the blue. Prompt. And the last one means bringing all your stuff with you. Remember, yes, ma'am, in the yellow up there. Prepared. That's good. Very good. That's awesome. Prompt, prepared, polite, productive. Those are our 4 expectations. Expectation is a fancy word for what? Yeah, responsibilities, or it's the rules, right? If you do those 4 things, you follow those 4 rules, you're going to have a very good year. Being on time, that's what prompt means. So you show up to class on time. You got teams, you're right across the hallway from each other. So you shouldn't have to worry about being late. Okay, you only got to walk about 10 feet to be to your next class. There's no reason to be tardy. Anybody have a problem with tardies last year? Should not have a problem with that. You're telling on yourself. Now I know who to watch. What about being prepared? How many of you had a Chromebook assigned to you last year? Okay, just about everybody. Okay, we're going to do that again this year. We are 1-to-1. It means every kid in the building has a Chromebook that is assigned to them. You do not need to worry about taking those home right now. When it gets into like November, December, and there's a chance for snow, then we'll go over having to worry about taking Chromebooks home. But for right now, you're going to have it assigned to you. It's going to have your name on it. It's going to have your number on it. You need to treat it just like it's yours, okay? Your teachers will keep up with those and put them in the cart so you can charge them every night. They'll go over all that with you on the first day of school. Prompt, prepared, polite. This right here is awesome. We got about 150 kids sitting here. You can hear my voice just fine. You guys are being very, very polite. I appreciate that. That's going to get you really far. Now, when you're in the classroom and you have a question, what's something that you should do to remain polite? Right there. You're raising your hand. That's awesome. Everybody knows how to do that. Okay? When you need the teacher's attention, you just raise your hand, and that's an easy way to be polite. And the last one is being productive. What does that mean? Yes, ma'am. Doing your work. Right. Right now, this is your job. Okay? Your parents, they get up, they go to their job. You are going to your job when you are here. Okay? And I will tell you what, the harder you work now, the easier it's going to be for you later. You put in that hard work, you be productive, you're going to have a good time. Okay? Now, we're starting something new this year.
You're all going to want to hear this.
Yes.
So I hope you're paying really
If you
close
are following those expectations, you're being prompt, prepared, polite, and productive, you are going to get a very nice incentive. We're starting something called Trojan Bucks. Okay? Everybody's going to get a little badge, kind of like this lanyard you've got here. Yeah, just like that. It's going to have a little badge on the end of it. It's going to be your own badge. It's going to have a barcode that links to your bank account, and we are going to pay you Trojan Bucks. So if we see you doing something cool, the teacher can whip out their phone, take a picture of your barcode, give you some money. Okay? Now, let me talk about the money side. Everybody gets real excited about that. You may have noticed when you're in the cafeteria, there's a JTA store. So that money can be spent at the JTA store. Is it real money? No, it's not real money. It is for the JTA store. So there are items in the store, candy, drinks, chips. There's food in the store you can buy with your Trojan Bucks. There's lots of different kinds of toys. There's fidget spinners, Rubik's Cubes. We've got Lego sets. what do you call those, stickers for your Hydro Flask. I can't even remember everything. It's huge. It's huge. We spent thousands of dollars stocking up that store to put in your hands. If you are doing what you're supposed to, you're getting paid, you can spend that money at the store. Now, we do have scheduled times the store is going to be open, and then you will get to come up and make a purchase if you have anything in your bank account. Once school starts on the 10th, these are not allowed to be out during the school day. So when you walk in that door at 7:40, until you get on that school bus or in that car at 3 o'clock, you cannot have your phone out, okay? And I know that's going to be an adjustment for a lot of you because you've been at home all summer. It's like a habit. How many of you walk around and you just grab your pocket and you just got your phone? Yeah, so you're going to have to work on that.